Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is not just another night. This moment, right here, right now, is your wake-up call. Some of you walked in here feeling stuck, trapped, like life has been pulling you in a direction that no longer serves you. And deep inside, you know it's time for a change. But fear, doubt, and the weight of your past are holding you back. I'm here to tell you, God knows you need a new path. Change is one of the most uncomfortable yet powerful forces in life. It disrupts the familiar, challenges our beliefs, and pushes us into the unknown. But here's the truth. Nothing great has ever come from staying the same. Growth demands change. Success demands change. And if you're feeling stuck, unfulfilled, or like something in your life isn't working anymore, that's a sign your current path is no longer serving you, and it's time for something new. Most people resist change because it feels risky, it's unpredictable, the mind craves certainty, and stepping into something new means stepping into uncertainty. That's where fear creeps in. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I make the wrong choice? But the real question should be, what if staying the same is the biggest risk of all? What if not changing means living a life where you never truly tap into your potential, never feel that deep sense of purpose, never experience the fulfillment you were meant for? Every major breakthrough in life starts with embracing change. Think about the most successful, fulfilled people you admire. None of them got there by clinging to comfort. They stepped into the unknown, they faced their fears, and they adapted along the way. Change isn't the enemy, it's the vehicle that takes you from where you are to where you're meant to be. The problem is, most people only change when they're forced to. When life knocks them down so hard, they have no choice but to get up and do something different. A relationship falls apart, a job is lost, an opportunity vanishes, and they're scrambling to pick up the pieces. But the real power comes when you make the choice to embrace change before life forces it upon you. When you recognize the signs early and take action with intention, you take control of your future rather than reacting to it. There are always signs. That restless feeling inside, that frustration that won't go away, that inner voice whispering, you were made for more. When you feel that pull, listen to it. Don't silence it with distractions. Don't push it aside out of fear. That's God nudging you, preparing you for the next level. And the longer you resist, the louder life will scream at you until you finally pay attention. Embracing change means shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing the unknown as something to fear, see it as an adventure. See it as an invitation to become more, to grow into the person you were designed to be. Because when you say yes to change, you say yes to possibility, you say yes to a future that's bigger than your past, you say yes to a life that aligns with your purpose. Most people think they need to have everything figured out before they move forward. That's a lie. Clarity comes from action, not from overthinking. You don't need to see the whole path, you just need to take the first step. The next step will reveal itself when you get there. Life rewards those who move, who trust, who take bold action even when they don't have all the answers. The key is to stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect moment because it will never come. Stop waiting for permission because nobody is going to give it to you. Stop waiting for fear to disappear because it never will. Fear doesn't go away. You just get stronger than it. If you're feeling called to a new path, that's not random. That's purpose knocking at your door. That's your destiny saying, it's time. You were not put on this earth to stay stuck. You were not designed to live a life that feels small, unfulfilled, or out of alignment. You were created for growth, for expansion, for impact. And that starts the moment you decide to embrace change, not as something to be feared, but as something to be pursued with everything you have. Fear and doubt are the biggest enemies of progress. They creep into your mind the moment you start thinking about stepping into something new. They whisper lies, making you believe you're not ready, not capable, not worthy of the life you truly desire. And if you let them, they will keep you stuck in the same patterns, the same cycles, and the same unfulfilling situations. But here's the truth. Fear and doubt only have power if you give it to them. They are not real barriers. They are illusions designed to test your commitment to growth. Every time you try to break free from the ordinary, fear shows up. It's predictable. It's part of the process. The mind is wired to keep you safe, and safety often means staying in the same place. It doesn't care if you're unhappy, unfulfilled, or disconnected from your purpose. It just wants to keep you in familiar territory. But what's familiar isn't always what's best for you. In fact, most of the time, what's familiar is what's keeping you from stepping into the life you were meant to live. Doubt works the same way. It makes you question yourself. It fills your head with stories about why you're not ready, why you're not good enough, why things won't work out. It reminds you of every failure, every setback, every mistake. But doubt is a liar. It wants you to believe that your past defines your future. It wants you to believe that because you failed before, you'll fail again. But the truth is, failure is not a stop sign. It's a stepping stone. It's proof that you're trying, that you're learning, that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. The difference between people who create extraordinary lives and those who stay stuck is not the absence of fear or doubt. It's their ability to move forward despite them. Every successful person you admire has felt fear. Every great leader, every game changer, every visionary has had moments of deep doubt. But they didn't let it control them. They felt the fear, acknowledged the doubt, and took action anyway. They understood that fear is a signal not to stop, but to keep going. It means you're on the edge of growth. It means you're about to break through. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on. You can't think your way out of fear. You can't sit around waiting for it to disappear. The only way to silence fear is to take action. Every time you step forward despite fear, you weaken its grip. Every time you take action despite doubt, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the lies in your head. Fear thrives in action. The longer you wait, the bigger it grows. The more you hesitate, the more power it has over you. But the moment you take that first step, fear starts to shrink. Action creates confidence. Action builds momentum. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move. You have to decide that your dreams, your goals, and your purpose are bigger than your fears. You have to decide that regret is more painful than failure, because one day you will look back on your life and you will either be grateful that you pushed through fear or filled with regret that you let it stop you. Fear and doubt will always try to pull you back, but you have a choice. You can either believe the lies that keep you small, or you can step boldly into the life you were meant to live. The world doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards those who have the courage to move forward, even when everything inside them is screaming to turn back. Fear is temporary, but the pain of never trying, that lasts forever. Trusting in divine timing is one of the hardest things to do when you're hungry for change. You want results now. You want to see progress now. You want the breakthrough, the opportunity, the next step to appear instantly. But life doesn't work that way. There is a rhythm, a flow, a divine order to everything. And when you try to force something before its time, it either doesn't last or it doesn't feel right. Patience isn't about sitting still. It's about trusting that things are unfolding exactly as they should, even when you don't see it yet. The problem is, most people don't trust the process. They get frustrated when things don't happen on their schedule. They doubt their path when obstacles arise. They compare themselves to others who seem to be moving faster, doing more, achieving greater things. But comparison is a distraction. It blinds you from seeing what is meant for you because you're too busy watching what is meant for someone else. You don't know their struggles. You don't know the lessons they had to learn, the pain they had to endure, or the time they had to wait before their breakthrough arrived. Just because things aren't happening the way you expected doesn't mean they aren't happening. Growth is happening beneath the surface in ways you can't see yet. Seeds take time to sprout. Just because you don't see the results right away doesn't mean the work you're putting in is wasted. Every challenge, every setback, every delay is shaping you, preparing you, refining you for the next level. If you rush the process, you miss the lessons. If you force something too soon, you step into something you're not fully ready for. Sometimes the delay is the blessing. Sometimes the door that didn't open was actually protecting you. Sometimes the thing you wanted so badly wasn't the thing that would have served you best. When you look back on your life, you'll see moments where you were frustrated, where you questioned everything, where you thought nothing was working, only to realize later that everything was happening exactly as it needed to. The missed opportunities led you to something better. The heartbreak taught you strength. The failure redirected you towards something greater. Trusting in divine timing requires surrender, not in a passive way, but in a way that says, I will do the work, I will show up, I will give my all, but I will also trust that what is meant for me will come when the time is right. It means releasing the need for control. It means understanding that you don't have to force everything into place. The right doors will open. The right people will show up. The right opportunities will align. And when they do, you'll know you won't have to chase. You won't have to struggle to make it fit. It will feel like it was always meant to be. But here's the key. Trusting divine timing doesn't mean waiting without action. It doesn't mean sitting back hoping things magically fall into place. It means preparing yourself so that when the opportunity comes, you are ready to step into it fully. It means using the waiting season to grow, to learn, to strengthen your mindset, to sharpen your skills. Because when the moment arrives, there won't be time to prepare. You will have to step forward with confidence, knowing that everything you've been through has led to this point. Impatience leads to desperation, and desperation leads to bad decisions. When you act out of desperation, you settle. You take the wrong job, you stay in the wrong relationship, you force something that isn't aligned with your highest purpose. But when you trust divine timing, you allow life to bring you what is truly meant for you. You walk with faith, not fear. You move with confidence, not doubt. You stop chasing and start attracting. And when the time is right, everything will fall into place in a way that no amount of stress, worry, or overthinking could have ever created. Taking bold action is the difference between a life of regret and a life of fulfillment. So many people have dreams, visions, and ideas burning inside them, but they never take the steps necessary to bring them to life. They wait, they hesitate, they overthink. And before they know it, years have passed and they're still stuck in the same place, wondering what could have been. Bold action is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about moving forward even when you don't have all the answers, even when fear is screaming at you, even when you don't feel completely ready. The truth is nobody ever feels 100% ready. Readiness is a myth. If you wait until you feel completely prepared, you'll be waiting forever. The most successful people in the world didn't wait until they had it all figured out. They started, they made mistakes, they learned along the way, and because they took action, they grew into the person they needed to become. Action creates clarity. Action builds momentum. Action turns ideas into reality. You don't need to know every step. You just need to take the first one. The next step will reveal itself when you get there. Most people stay stuck because they let fear control them. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of what others might think. But fear is just an illusion designed to keep you comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of progress. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Everything you want exists outside of your comfort zone. And the only way to get there is by taking bold action. You have to be willing to step into the unknown, to take risks, to fail forward. Because failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. The only real failure is doing nothing. Excuses are another thing that kill bold action. People say they don't have enough time, enough money, enough resources, enough support. But the truth is, those are just stories they tell themselves to justify inaction. If something is important enough, you will find a way. You will make the time. You will figure out the resources. You will take the steps, even if they're small. Every great success story started with someone who had every reason to give up, but chose to take action anyway. One of the most powerful things you can do is make a decision and commit to it fully, not halfway, not with hesitation, but with absolute certainty. When you commit fully, you eliminate doubt. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop looking for a way out. You burn the bridges behind you and move forward with unstoppable determination. That level of commitment is what separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who stay stuck in mediocrity. Taking bold action doesn't mean you won't feel fear. It means you move forward despite it. It means trusting yourself enough to know that no matter what happens, you will figure it out. It means understanding that the only way to grow, to succeed, and to create the life you truly want is to take action before you feel ready. Your dreams are waiting for you to take action. Your goals are waiting for you to take action. The life you are meant to live is waiting for you to stop hesitating, stop doubting, stop making excuses, and just move. Because once you take that first bold step, you will realize that you are far more capable than you ever imagined. And when you start living with that kind of certainty, there is nothing that can stop you. Letting go of the past is one of the hardest things to do, yet it is the most necessary step toward creating the future you desire. People hold on to past mistakes, past failures, past relationships, and past disappointments as if carrying that weight somehow protects them. But the truth is, holding on to the past does nothing but chain you to a version of yourself that no longer serves you. If you are constantly looking back, replaying old wounds and reliving past pain, you are keeping yourself from fully stepping into what is meant for you. Many people struggle to let go because they believe that if they release the past, they are somehow dismissing what happened, forgetting the lessons, or losing a part of themselves. But letting go does not mean you erase the past. It means you stop allowing it to define you. It means you stop giving power to the things that hurt you. It means you stop identifying with old stories that keep you trapped in cycles of regret and self-doubt. The past cannot be changed. No matter how much you analyze it, no matter how much you wish things had gone differently, it remains the same. The only thing you have control over is what you do next. You can continue to carry the pain, the guilt, the resentment, or you can release it and choose to move forward. The choice is always yours. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck in the past is because they attach their identity to it. They say, I am this way because of what happened to me, but you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the person who was rejected, betrayed, or overlooked. You are who you decide to be today. The past may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. Forgiveness is a crucial part of letting go, not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. People carry so much guilt and shame over decisions they made, things they said, opportunities they missed. But beating yourself up over the past does not change it. You are not the same person you were back then. You have learned, you have grown, and you are wiser now. Forgiveness is not about excusing the past. It is about freeing yourself from it. Some people hold on to anger toward those who have wronged them, believing that if they let it go, they are letting the other person off the hook. But the reality is, holding on to resentment only hurts you. The other person has likely moved on while you are still carrying the burden. Forgiveness is not about them. It is about you. It is about releasing the emotional weight that keeps you tied to something that no longer serves your highest good. Another thing that keeps people stuck in the past is the fear of the unknown. The past, even if it was painful, is familiar. And sometimes people cling to what is familiar rather than face the uncertainty of what comes next. But growth requires stepping into the unknown. It requires trusting that the future holds something better than anything you are leaving behind. The mind will try to pull you back, reminding you of everything that went wrong, trying to convince you that moving forward is risky. But you cannot create a new future while staying emotionally attached to the past. You cannot embrace new opportunities if your hands are still gripping old wounds. Letting go is a choice you must make daily. It is deciding that your future is more important than your history. It is choosing to release the weight of what no longer serves you so that you can step into the life that is waiting for you. Because as long as you are holding on to the past, you are robbing yourself of the power to create something new. Owning your purpose is one of the most empowering things you can do in your life. It's about standing fully in who you are, acknowledging the gifts, talents, and dreams that God has placed within you, and deciding to live a life aligned with those truths. When you own your purpose, you stop apologizing for your existence. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. Instead, you embrace who you were created to be, and you take bold action to live out your calling no matter what obstacles may arise. The first step in owning your purpose is recognizing that you are here for a reason. You didn't just happen by chance. Your life has meaning, and your unique talents, experiences, and passions were all carefully crafted to serve a purpose that only you can fulfill. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. It's waiting for the unique way you will impact others, the difference you will make, and the legacy you will leave. But in order to make that impact, you have to step fully into who you are and trust that you have what it takes. So often, people spend their lives trying to fit into boxes that others have made for them. They live according to expectations set by society, family, or even friends. But the only box you need to fit into is the one that aligns with your true self. And that requires self-awarenesses. It means taking the time to discover what truly lights you up, what makes you feel alive, and what excites your soul. Too many people are living lives of quiet desperation, stuck in careers, relationships, and environments that drain them simply because they haven't taken the time to connect with their purpose. But your purpose is always there, waiting to be discovered. It's the thing that brings you joy, fulfillment, and peace. It's the thing that makes you feel like you are living the life you were meant to live. Once you identify your purpose, the next step is owning it. This means taking full responsibility for it. No more playing small, no more hiding your light, no more doubting your potential. You are the only one who can live out your purpose. It's not someone else's job, and it's not something that will magically happen without your effort. You have to show up every day, take action, and pursue your purpose with everything you have. When you do, you begin to experience the true power that comes from living authentically. Owning your purpose also means letting go of fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. All of these fears are rooted in the idea that you don't have what it takes or that you don't deserve success. But when you embrace your purpose, you understand that you are worthy. You are worthy of living the life you desire. You are worthy of success, love, and fulfillment. Your purpose isn't just about achieving personal goals. It's about contributing to the world in a way that only you can, and the world needs you to show up. You will face challenges along the way. You will face setbacks, doubts, and moments when you question if you're on the right path. But these challenges are part of the process. They are not signs that you should turn back. They are opportunities for growth. Each obstacle you overcome strengthens your resolve and deepens your understanding of your purpose. Every struggle is preparing you for the next level of impact you're meant to have. In order to fully own your purpose, you must also be willing to say no to distractions. People, situations, and opportunities will try to pull you off course. They will try to divert your attention away from what matters most. But staying focused on your purpose requires discipline and clarity. It means saying no to what doesn't serve your mission and saying yes to what aligns with your true calling. It means trusting your instincts and knowing that when you're aligned with your purpose, everything else will fall into place. Living in alignment with your purpose brings you a sense of peace that nothing else can. It doesn't mean life is without challenges, but it means that no matter what comes your way, you know you are living in your truth. When you own your purpose, you tap into an inner strength and determination that will carry you through anything. It becomes the driving force behind everything you do, and it guides you toward the life you were always meant to live.